All right. Hollywood going up against Nimble. Back going into the EX nut punch, and here we go. Here comes the mix. Very nice block on the forward 3-4. Down 3 just before that. Back 3 comes out. And the corner carry. Oh, he gets the drop. And the invincibility frames on FrostiBunni. Going for a nice conversion there. Healthy 26% into some interactable chip.
And the savagery! Got 3 into flip kick. Oh my gosh.
That is one of those things you just have to respect it. FrostiBunni, this goes back to what I was talking about. His momentum, he's so confident in those reads. He went for the down 3 flip kick because he knew it was going to open.
And the instant air guns. FrostiBunni, shades of Sonics.
Wow, those are that execution by FrostiBunni.
Oh, and a big whiff.
And here we go, BlackFelow. That was a very smart break by FrostiBunni. Did not want to deal with that damage.
He would have eaten the big damage and the corner carry. And these instant air guns on point from FrostiBunni.
He has not missed a single input. Oh, very nice. And here we go. Into the corner we go.
Oh, and into the sweep.
A hard knockdown.
You don't have to respect anything when you've got invincibility. BlackFelow actually had the meter there to stop that force ball and use it as an anti-air, but activating Basilisk there.
Conversion. That was unbelievable. Very smart by BlackFelow.
Yeah, very good staggering into the Basilisk and then backdashing. That way you can just play with the screen. A lot of time was frozen still, and if anything hits a Basilisk, you're going to get a conversion. They're going to be juggled for at least a half hour.
Very nice forward 4-2.
And the sneaky low! Oh, actually misses the setup, which is using that raw acid bubble to activate Basilisk and get a huge combo, which would force Frosty to break.
Very interesting approach to this matchup. BlackFellow's going for a lot of mix-ups that are very safe. Don't do much damage, but it just gives him that chance to keep the pressure going. But FrostiBunni looking to finally get the comeback that he's been wanting.
He's got to watch out for the meter.
Conversion. Had to break there. That's going to hurt. And now he's just one touch away, either player.
And that's going to be a clean jump-in!
That was so smart from FrostiBunni. BlackFelow just letting it 1-2 minute spits there and ends up getting punished. Very smart. FrostiBunni up 1-0, but you cannot count out BlackFelow. That was an extremely close game.
Pay your respects.
Yeah, if a couple things had gone right for BlackFelow in that match, it could be a different story. He had that one opportunity where he caught him with the tongue into the low. I call it, that's such a sneaky low because it actually looks like acid spit on the startup of the tongue. And if he would have actually gotten that combo, it would have got Frosty off the meter. He would have had health lead, and he could have just played it out from then.
Well, you know what? He's making the smart choice. He's going to go ahead and stick with Nimble Reptile. I don't think any other character switch would have really played off. He played the matchup great, just made one wrong read, and FrostiBunni just managed to capitalize on it. But you see now that the perfect balance between patience and aggression between these two players is what's really helping and opening up one another.
Catch him with the back two. That's a plus. Launching overhead, and the mixes now from BlackFelow, and this is going to be death.
Oh, this is big damage, and it ended at 32 because he didn't have anything else to give.
And very good, Frosty.
BlackFelow,
if you were broke there,
night and day switch.
Yeah, that was very smart from Frosty. Ooh, BlackFelow actually could have got conversion off that, but held on to the meter coming in the next round, which is very smart.
Nice. The flip kick doesn't manage to connect it.
And the glow kick going through both projectiles. That was so smart.
That was beautiful use of that, and we really don't get to see that used too often.
And once again, the backdash after Basilisk didn't pay off that time. FrostiBunni using glow kick twice this round and actually working and mixing up off the tongue and caught the backdash. 3 for 3.
Unfortunate. Just because EX Nimble does not allow Reptile to block, he had to go for the backdash and got caught. Now, BlackFellow's using a lot of his meter on these EX Nibbles from close range. I'm not sure how that's been working.
You know, it's one of those things. It doesn't last very long, but if you can open up somebody, you can do the big damage, or you can actually make his zoning game so much stronger while it's slowed down if you're full screen. And this is going to be some big boy damage here.
And here we go. Oh, just misses the force ball. It could have got some nice extra damage there.
Off that force ball, would have got it down to into a full combo. And now FrostiBunni gets a free mix off the nut punch.
Just getting opened up by that back two baton string.
And another clean jumping from Frosty to try to close it out.
And the EX armor started to get away from him. Oh no! FrostiBunni loses the meter.
And now it's an uphill battle.
He has the momentum from full screen. And the invincibility from the interactable frames of BrownFelow, nice spit to close out game number.
Ties things up with that incredible clutch play. A lot different from how he ended the game number 1, where he just kind of went trigger happy with the projectiles. This time, throwing one and just waiting. Very good stuff.
We have to talk for a second about Frost.
Pay your respect.
Interactable. That was perfect. That he timed that interactable to the point where the invincibility frames went through both the force ball and the. That is not easy to do. It just happened to be BrownFelow managed to react just in time to throw out that spin, and FrostiBunni caught right at the end there. But that was incredibly smart. BrownFelow showing some really nice adjustments, a little bit warming up his hands. I think we saw a lot more execution errors fixed in game number 2 there. But FrostiBunni shouldn't be discouraged at all. Really shouldn't do. They should be both pretty level-headed right now. Games have been super solid, super even. And BrownFelow getting the first hit here. Go for some really nice damage in there into the setup.
Went for the Oki acid bubble, but FrostiBunni all over it. And saying, you know what? The only thing that can't be beat in Mortal Kombat, invisibility. And if he would have believed on that jump in, I believe he would have actually punished that acid spit.
Slide there. And I like it. BrownFelow started doing much better when he went for a little bit more of a spacing play style.
And using
a little bit more for trades.
The Tatsu in jump 4 from Reptile.
And that's what I'm talking about. He's going for the really safe, low damaging mix-ups that still
and a stand one.
Standing one anti-air.
That might have been the first time I've ever seen a Reptile anti-air with a stand one in my entire life. And look how slow that acid bubble came out.
Oh, that trade was in his favor, but just the distance threw him off a little bit. Didn't manage to get the hit confirmed. Now it's FrostiBunni's turn.
And drops the nut punch. That would have guaranteed another mix incoming. But it's okay. Picking it right back up. And another jumping Tatsu from BrownFelow. There's interesting properties on it. It's actually very hard to try to get an anti-air on that.
Oh, the hurtbox on it is very deceiving. Hits from the front, from the back, to the side. Very nice EX guns, just trying to keep the pressure on him. He has to be careful with the mix, and the EX nut punch to go through the back too. Goes for chip. EX slide to go through it.
And the acid spit. BrownFelow all over Frosty. He knows Frosty wants to get those jump-ins that have beaten BrownFelow so many times before.
Reptile wins.
And every time FrostiBunni seems to be getting something going, BrownFelow's just adjusting perfectly. He keeps switching between these aggressive to a more zoning playstyle, and it really seems to be throwing FrostiBunni off.
Throne defended.
And now BrownFelow in the driver's seat, one game away from taking this and potentially causing an upset. FrostiBunni has been in top 16 multiple times during Kombat Cup, playing very well, coming off Frosty Faustings as we talked about. And BrownFelow's here to play.
Now here's the thing, what really helped FrostiBunni in that game was his use of the EX, or not the EX, the air gunshots. Those instant air gunshots helped out tremendously. It threw BrownFelow off of his zoning momentum. So if FrostiBunni can pull that off and get momentum started from full screen, it'll make BrownFelow second guess himself to start throwing out these slime balls to get full of screen.
And FrostiBunni, they're starting out with the infamously trigger setting down 4 that Cassie possesses. And now he's in the driver's seat, getting into the corner, throwing the safe mix.
Oh, trying to hit a button after a block down 4. BrownFelow ready to punish it there. Goes for the X Nimble up close. Here comes the setup and the mix. He gets opened up.
And that's what's so scary in Basilisk is that you are watching out because the overhead, there's an overhead in that string, and if you get hit by any slide as well, you get actually launched in Basilisk.
Very nice scout by BrownFelow there with the EX gunshots, but FrostiBunni managed to cross. Now, FrostiBunni's in a pretty good position here. He has BlackFelow in the corner, opting to go for those gunshots. Seems to be doing a really nice amount of damage there. BlackFelow, very nice switch of positions there. Got the hard knockdown in the corner. Invincibility frames right out of it.
And great throw back into the corner. He wants to keep BlackFelow on his toes. And the raw
He
low.
wants nothing to do with Reptile's corner pressure. And here we go. BlackFelow opting not to break. Now here's the thing. BlackFellow's almost on his way out, but with 2 bars, with 1 bar now, the mix.
And just like that.
This is how it starts. And an unfortunate drop. Full combo punish. Can he finish the combo? There he does. BlackFelow closing it out.
So clutch doing that meterlessly. That was, you know, in these pressure situations, that could have been triggered to drop. And if he comes off the bar, he can launch. He does not. Saves onto it. Catches him with the tricky low.
This is tough. A very nice scout by the back one, too. The patience on FrostiBunni right now is outstanding. BlackFelow, all the room in the world to just kind of back up here.
And Frosty, clean jumping, and the projectile immune flip. BlackFellow's actually used it a lot in this matchup. You rarely see that from Reptile players.
Oh, very nice. BlackFelow just putting on a clinic of mix right now. Oh, very nice.
And the NTP actually whips. It went through her body.
The distance was just, he was just a little bit too far away. Now, FrostiBunni, this is his chance to make something happen. BlackFelow has no bar to compete with this.
And a meterless flip kick going unpunished.
Yeah.
Now BlackFelow has the health lead.
Happen. Oh no, he went for the 2 of the same speeds, and now he's just sitting here.
And went for the chip out. And this is gonna, this actually is gonna do it.
My God, the chip damage and FrostiBunni closing it out. BlackFelow unfortunate with missing that EX overhead. Unbelievable.
Those insane comebacks, like I mentioned earlier, with that EX nut punch.
Don't put the camera on me.
Don't put the camera on you. The camera's on you now.
I am face palming so hard. That is such a tragedy.
And we get our first game 5, just our second match into the Kombat Cup.
Now here's the thing. That was an act of God. That's awesome. The momentum is completely switched. Right now, it is completely switched. BlackFelow had the chance to close out the set, move on into the tournament, and now we're sitting here in the game 5 where BlackFelow, because of one mistake, could potentially knock him out of this tournament.
And now we're going into game 5. Anybody's game from the way these two have played so far. And
now, here's the golden question. Can BlackFelow recover from that? EX slide to get the first hit, gains himself that bar back.
Very good, FrostiBunni. That is one thing you can do if you actually scout that setup from Reptile players, is you can actually just swing an entire string through the gap in that low into Acid Bubble, and FrostiBunni is making a pay now in the corner and taking the momentum with him.
As I said, he has momentum, he has faith in his reads, goes for the 4-3 flip kick, managed to pay off, got good corner dance, but now BlackFelow ready to respond. Very nice back 1 stagger into the back 2.
And you get the whiff punish for days in Basilic, but he actually didn't expect it to run out of time there. And now FrostiBunni can actually chip out.
Territory.
He actually could have.
Was that chip?
Gosh. No, he actually. If that nut punch would have been blocked, he would have lost. He should have just gone into EX guns and get the guaranteed chip out. That was insane. How FrostiBunni just threw that nut punch.
Coming back with a vengeance right now. Huge corner. What another. That 3 in the overhead. FrostiBunni ready for the blocks. Gets the plus frames. Has him in the corner. Oh, and full combo punish. BlackFelow sitting pretty right now with some decent damage.
Wake up, raw flip kick, savagery for FrostiBunni. He's trying to close this out right now.
Now FrostiBunni went for the block there because he's scouting out that armored slide that BlackFelow had, and there we go. BlackFelow capitalizing on FrostiBunni's patience. And here we go. This is the last round. One of these fellas is going to end up being salty.
Final round. BlackFelow starting this, and now both of them now with the breaker.
FrostiBunni a little bit late on his reactions there.
And that Asbubble still gonna come. He can get free pressure off of this.
Doesn't get the hit confirmed there. Very nice blocks. EX Nimble up close. No whiff punish. Hitting one in the slide. FrostiBunni has meter to break, but he also has X-ray.
And there is, he finally stopped it and kept it
That's
under.
gonna do it.
It's gonna be close.
He's gonna be in chip territory.
And once
there's nothing
again,
to do about that. BrownFelow, amazing adjustment.